or do that. And it's whatever you choose. And what's neat about it is it's all DRM free. So you can install it as many times as you like to any computers, anything like that. You will get a Steam key. You'll also get an OnLive key for some titles. And you'll also get a key for Desura if you use that as well. But what's nice about it, like you said, is that you can actually pay whatever you want. Now,
don't pay under $1 though. That's mean.
Yeah, well, even $1. I mean, I put it all. Yeah, I put it all towards the Child's Play charity. So I'm like, $20, whatever.
I try to keep mine even, but I buy like 5 keys just so I can have a few to gift.
Yeah, same thing. I mean, it's all good. You'll have keys, and that's another nice way to get people into OnLive. Because you get those OnLive keys when you gift them, and you're like, okay, now that you have that, go download the client, give it a shot. So
yeah, and if if you're stuck somewhere and you're stuck offline, you still get to play your game too, which is nice about the whole DRM free thing. So it's a real great bonus to just try everything out and still get your game everywhere else.
Yeah, and another good thing that OnLive is doing now is also, if you have, say you're playing Mafia and you're telling your friend about OnLive, they've never played it, all that kind of stuff, they don't want to bother with it. What's really nice now is that they actually have a way to share links. You can send a link, it basically goes through, you skip the sign-in process, so the person doesn't actually have to sign up for OnLive if they don't want to. And it will actually, they will get a link in an email or to a web page. They'll click on that, and it'll send them directly to that game.
See, I had a question about that. So they don't have to download the client at all then?
They'll still, let's see, I think it actually just goes straight, if they're a member of OnLive, they won't have to download the client, it'll just go straight through. If they're not, they'll still have to download the client, which takes you probably about all of 5 seconds to download because it's so small. And then they actually, they don't even, it'll just take them directly into the game, and they'll get to try it out. And that way, it's a good way to get them to know how OnLive works. They get to see how quick and easy it is, how fast they can jump through games. And that's a good word of mouth, because before this, it was, you had your video game websites that don't really cover OnLive too much. You have OnLiveFans. Well, the only way you're going to find us is if you either Google it or someone tells you about it. Yeah. Now, you can send it to your friends and be like, here, check this out.
Right.
And that is perfect word of mouth, because chances are if you do it, they're going to do it too. So.
Yeah, plus, 30 minutes. I mean, that's a good time to chew on. I mean, once it starts working, they're most likely going to continue playing.
Right. And what's nice about that is it's 30 minutes of actual game.
Yeah.
So you're not getting 30 minutes of some random generic demo that...
they'll show you the one good part in the game and kind of like a movie trailer. And then and then when you actually play the game, it's really just a button mashing mini game the whole time, except for that one point.
Yeah.
I haven't seen too many like that, but
right.
What I really hate about demos nowadays is it seems like the developers, they don't give you full access to the game. Like, you can play this one level, but you can't, do this. You can't play multiplayer, or, you can't access your inventory or whatever. There's games out there that are like that, or demos.
Or even that. Sometimes they give you too much.
Right.
And so then you start the game and you're bored. You're like, oh, there's that part where I could double jump and shoot, have a rocket pack and do all this. And it's like, oh, here I am just walking around and I'm punching people.
Yeah.
They either give you too little or too much, or a level that you never see, or they put you somewhere in the middle closer to the end of the game.
Oh, yeah, so it's kind of like a spoiler almost. But,
yeah, it is a movie trailer at that point.
Yeah, one thing that has been bothering me lately with a lot of demos, I mean, mostly ones that are like an emulated game, or, I don't know, one that's kind of like a classic one, like, say, what is it? Yeah, the new Bionic Commando. The first one is, I haven't tried the second one yet, but it's like, I'm playing through it and all, and the one thing I want to see is how the boss is going to be. That's, I'm an old gamer, I love the old arcade stuff. I got to see the boss, but they cut me off before I get to it. Like, it's just a special piece of candy I can't try. But, that's, because I can't try that, I end up not buying it.
Yeah.
It's like if the boss sucks, then I mean, what was the point going through the rest of it?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that's not a full level. That's it just stinks.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Of course, they also then they then clone the boss on the next stage, though. So, you know, some of the new ones these days do that. But
yeah.
Going back to you know, just the topic of you know, sharing the links, and what I think is so ingenious about this is that everyone uses social media now. It's whether it's Facebook or Twitter, and you could just, you know, basically just like, hey guys, you know, play the new Batman game, and just throw the link up there. And so all your friends are going to see it, and they're like, okay, I want to check this out. They click it within Facebook, and it pops up, and they're playing Batman. That's just, I think, one of the smartest things that they've done, like in a long time, just to get that. I think it's really going to bring a lot of people to the service.
Definitely,
I think it's really neat.
I mean, I agree, because part of it too is, you know, and I've done it on my Facebook page or, you know, whatever, where I'll be like, oh, you know, OnLive's really cool. You guys should check this out, and you know, I give them a quick little breakdown of it, and they're like, okay, well now I got to go somewhere and download something.
Right.
Immediately, when you think cloud gaming, the last thing you think is, oh, I got to download something.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
You know, so that way, if you see, like, if you guys click this link, you know, you'll pretty much be right in the game. You'll just have to get, you know, whatever, little clients or whatever. But, you know, if you say, oh, go try this, and don't give them that kind of option, they'll think, well, I have to download games, or I have to do this. And you're like, no, you just got a little client, and you're good. Nothing is really going on your computer. So,
yeah.
it's a good way to kind of showcase that.
Yeah, they're also, aren't they currently working on getting it working for the Droid?
Yeah, which, you know, hopefully it continues. Hopefully it keeps going, because it's supposed to be on the HTC Flyer supposedly. And if it does show up there and it's functional and it works and you can still play some of the games. I mean, obviously, I highly doubt you're gonna be able to play, you know, Homefront. I think that would be the biggest pain in the world.
Right.
But
Yeah.
like,
With
you
a
know,
gamepad, yeah.
yeah, but maybe be able to play World of Goo or whatever. And then
yeah.
And then there is some rumor going around that you might be able to, you know, run controllers with it and whatnot. So
That'd be sweet.
It is Bluetooth.
it is Bluetooth, but yeah, it comes down to that's a rumor because OnLive hasn't said 100%. So of course I'm going to take it as speculation at this point, because that, you know, for me it just feels like gamer's dream. You know what I mean?
That'd be so weird though. Like, I mean, how are you going to like hold it and play? Like, I don't know.
Well, I'm sure
just
there
get a
would be
stand.
some sort of stand.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's one for the iPad. I know that the Zoom has one as well.
Like one of the cardboard.
Yeah. Or they have, like, you know, it's kind of like almost, you know, when you go into a bookstore and they have that little metal stand for them to put books upright on. I'm sure it'd probably be something like that, little prop up, so that, you know, you could just set it there in front of you and, you know, carry a little controller around with you or whatever and go from there.
Yeah. I'd like to see a dedicated console though one day. I mean, I don't know. It's just a dream, really. But you know, just a full streaming one and
Yeah.
free 4G. That's streaming. Yeah.
Who knows what the next generation of consoles is even going to be at this point. So, but
Oh yeah.
it'd be good.
What I think is really smart is what they're doing is just trying to get into all the, like, you know, the home TV electronics and stuff, like it just getting embedded within a TV. Like OnLive comes automatically with a new TV, like Netflix. You know, it's already installed. You basically just connect, you know, an Ethernet cable to your TV and you have OnLive. You know, you don't need the micro console. It's in your TV, and that's awesome. Nice. I mean, and they already have a deal with what was the company?
It's with Vizio.
Right, with the Vizio. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they've I don't think they're available yet, but I think they've demoed the service at some of the expos and stuff. But they have the deals in place, and it's going to happen, and that's going to be really, really big for them. I think it's just, you know, you buy a new TV, and you know, you have your Netflix, and right next to Netflix you have OnLive, and you know, you can just have your controller and you just start playing video games, or you know, if you want to watch a movie, just scroll over to Netflix and you're watching a movie. So
I think it would be great to see it on Blu-ray players too, or a lot of those little
definitely
things.
Yeah, you can have it on anything, you know, and that's what's so smart about, you know, you don't need this, you know, a console to do it. I mean, basically the micro console is just all it is just streaming, you know, just a video and audio signal to your TV. Yeah. That's essentially all it is. It's not doing really any processing. It's not pushing anything. You know, it's just So
There was a rumor I heard once that they were actually trying to get on the Wii and Xbox, kind of like Netflix was, but
Yeah.
I don't think they like.
There's
I don't
no
think
way.
that would
There's-
happen
there's
because
no
you're inviting
way.
your competition
Right.
in.
Yeah. There's no way. I
Yeah.
don't think any of the big companies are going to do that because I mean it's they may not be a big competitor to any of those guys now, but who knows 5 years down the line or
They very well
what
could be.
they're going to be
Yeah,
doing.
they're already embracing indie stuff, so
Yeah.
they already have an edge.
See, what I'm hoping is, there's TVs already, obviously, that have Wi-Fi and Ethernet built into them that also have Bluetooth capability. So what I'm wondering, like, I just bought a new Vizio TV not very long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, hey, I could have waited till the next generation and had OnLive built into it. But what I'm wondering if there'll still be some way for you to download, obviously, a widget like, Hulu is on the TV and stuff like that with all the internet apps, to a point where maybe me as a person, I have my OnLive controller, whatever, and I can hopefully maybe link it up to that widget. It'll sync it, and I'll still be able to play.
Yeah, and I don't see why it couldn't just be like a firmware upgrade for your TV at some point,
Right.
and just
It's just software.
Right. I mean, playing it at 240 megahertz has been really nice, or 240 hertz has been really nice. But it'd be nice to actually have it just in there. It'll be even less of signal loss because you're not running it through more cabling and
Right.
a patch link and everything. You're just straight in there and you're ready to go. So that would be a good one to do too.
Okay, we kind of that was one of our actual news topics. Before we get into the rest of the news, though, I want to ask you guys like what you've been playing this week and what are some of the games that you guys have been into on live this week. So, what do you guys?
Man, I've kind of been everywhere actually. Well, that's kind of the beauty, and it's something we'll get into later. Another little bit of information too is like I've been spending a lot of time in the play pack, and I have actually been playing. I hate casual games. I think they're the biggest waste of time on the planet. I hate them so much. Yet I've been playing Around the World in 80 Days, and that's actually been a lot of fun. It's it's your typical match 3, puzzler. I play that, and then right after that I go play some NBA 2K11.
Nice.
And then I'll go play my third time through the Homefront single player. And for some reason that I still can't imagine, I go back and I start playing Fishdom 2. Which those games get so addicting, but I don't know what it is. I hate casual, yet here I am. So I've kind of been all over the place, but I think Homefront and NBA have actually been my biggest ones right now.
What did you think? What did you think of Homefront?
Of which one? Sorry.
Homefront, the single player, as far as the campaign goes.
I like the single player. It is short. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. You got 5 or 6 hours, but when you attach the names to it that you have you have the people. You have the guy who wrote
Red Dawn.
Red Dawn,
Right.
and you have Apocalypse Now.
Mm-hmm.
You have people who are involved with those, and you're kind of it's actually funny. You're kind of playing Red Dawn,
Yeah.
except this is Korea now, and Korea is invading. Oh no, Colorado! What were the odds of that? But it is neat because it is a game that is based on a what if scenario, and basically it's saying North Korea and South Korea somehow got over their differences and invaded the U.S. And just some of the imagery in the game, is pretty disturbing. It's pretty hard hitting,
Especially in the beginning.
Yeah.
In
the beginning.
that
It's
was
like
so awesome.
not to give it away, but there's some
Just watch it in the arena.
yeah. I'm sure you'll see it at some point.
Yeah.
At the baseball stadium. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Wow.
But it's just jacked up. And if you really want to go through, if you're one of those people who like to 100% a game, you go through and start finding the newspapers.
That was my favorite part of the game. I really, really got into like the lore of the game. I was like like into it, and so anytime like I saw that like little flashing like newspaper thing, I got so excited. And I was like, okay, I'd run over there and like be so excited just to read.